Fitness is political. As an analyst and someone with an MBA, I wanted to do a PESTLE analysis of fitness, or someone's ability to become fit. A PESTLE analysis is essentially an acronym. So P is for political, E is for economic, S is for social or cultural, T is for technological, L is for legal, and E is for environment. So let's get into it. I'm not going to go into every single nook and cranny. You guys can fill in the gaps in the comments if you know more of each section, but I'm just going to highlight a couple that come to mind. For political, there could be underfunding of public health infrastructure. It could also be the fact that there is lack of a will to regulate misleading marketing campaigns with food, and blatantly just lack of accessibility to certain foods or certain resources in depending on where you live. Economic could be the longest one because it's simple as money, right? So people might not have the ability to have gym memberships, personal trainers, some of the fitness outfits or gear that you need in order to do so, supplements, healthy food. All these things cost money, and some people not have the money. And not just money, but sometimes people are working so much that they're time poor, or there's time poverty, where you don't have actual time to be able to go and exercise and be fit. It also leads to places that are essential fitness deserts where there's no gyms, there's nowhere to actually work out. They don't have places that you can actually get healthy food. All you have access to is just super processed foods or things that are just not healthy for you or not optimized enough for you to be fit or at a level that you want to achieve. That section can be much longer, but I'm just going to stop there. For social and cultural, there's also a toxic diet culture where people just are hyper into diets where it's actually self-harm or just eating disorder. There's also the fact that there's an unrealistic body standard on social media that's just blatantly obvious. There's also the fact that there's bad social norms where it's like, oh, everywhere you go, you have to have a drink, or wherever you go, you're not going to do something healthy. It's something that's sedentary. A sedentary lifestyle is what's popular when you're in a social setting. And lastly, is just a lack of support that people sometimes have from their friends and family and group. Because oftentimes when you're trying to become fit, it's actually they're gonna work against you. You could take a break. You don't have to work out. You look fine. And just because they don't want you to look better than them, or they see that you're doing something that is just a self-reflection that they're not doing more than they could do, and you're just obviously a threat or just something that just reminds them of that, and they're just actively working against you, or they just don't support you. It's technological. So for this one, it's essentially just maybe paralysis of analysis. There's just too much information out there that you just don't even know where to start, because there's just so much information that is being released and fed and you can read on that will just make you not even know what to do, or there's just information out there that just contradicts one another, but yet people are just spewing this stuff out. Another thing is that your phone may replace active time instead of you're going to have screen time instead of active time. So you're not going to be doing more than you actually could because you're going to be stuck on your phone. And the other one is essentially just being able to have an analysis, or just the cost of being able to assess where you're at by whether it's an app or other kind of technologies that maybe like recording your body fat percentage, your BMI, with certain machines or devices that you just can't afford, because it's uneconomical and it's technological, because it's a piece of technology that you can't use because you can't afford it. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. For legal, the only thing I can think of is just the lack of regulations with supplements. It's just there's no FDA approved supplement products, which may mean that it's maybe just pure sugar that's in there or artificial sweetener, and it's not much of a science-based analysis of these products that claim to do certain things. So that's the only legal thing I can really think of, or maybe some zoning laws where you can't have a home gym but you want to. Not much there, unless there's more. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the only thing I can think of. For environmental, you might live in a place with poor air quality, or a place that doesn't have many sidewalks, or just unsafe place that you can't really go around because it's unsafe streets. Or it could be in a place that's built solely for cars, not for people. So it's mainly just a car-centric area that you live in. Or lastly, it could be just maybe a place that doesn't have many bright lights at night, so you can't go walking when you're home, when it's the only time you actually can go outside. So unsafe and not well lit. All of this is just to highlight that it's not just sheer willpower, like most fitness influencers will tell you. There's a lot of factors that come into it, and here's 6 different categories that could apply to you that may be hindering your optimized or full realized success within the fitness space.